Tulsi Gabbard's message to James Comey. Now, I can't quite remember exactly what's happened with James Comey. I'm actually kind of still digging into that, but he did like an 86 47 with seashells. 86 has to do with the Empire State Building or whatever. The mob used to throw people off of the 86th floor or something. Obviously they didn't like you, so assassination stuff. And so that was a big deal. And he was all like, I just wanted to be artistic. And was like, I didn't mean it as a bad thing. It's like, why would you do that? That's kind of weird, bro. And I do remember back in his in Trump's first term, James Comey was definitely controversial. It seemed like he really didn't like Trump, and he was actively working against Trump. So, yeah, with this to come out now, it's weird how these people just freaking come out of nowhere. It's like, wow, suddenly you're doing something. It's like, wow, okay, sure, okay, you're here again. Damn, I haven't seen you since 2016. So yeah, Tulsi though, hell yeah, we got white-haired bitch. Let's go. So alert, Fox News, something just happened. It's Tulsi Gabbard's message to James Comey. Let's do this. Oh, it is very silent. Maybe I should not silence that. Oh, did I have this muted? I do. Yeah, I shall unmute that. All right, let's have the fun.
Fox News alert. Homeland Security just launched an investigation into former FBI Director James Comey for threatening to 86 President Trump. Comey posted this picture of
I'm gonna start using that.
Oh, I'm so mad at you. I'm gonna 86 you.
Man, well, that's got to be like the new thing of like all feminists. Freaking, it's kind of like the feminist bitch who's like, oh, I hate all men. I want all men to die. It's like she wants all men to be 86th.
shells spelling out 8647.
Cool shell formation on my beach walk.
Get the ooh-woo shit going on. I don't know.
He just ran into him on the beach. Comey says he knew it was a political message, but didn't know what 86 meant. Tulsi.
What? It's a political message. You knew it was a political message. You just didn't know what the 86 meant. You just happened to randomly put those into the number 86. What? That's wild, man. That's absolutely wild. Here's the other thing too. So when you start like,
It's a political message. It means something. I don't know what it means, but I purposely put them together intentionally that way, and I have no idea what it means. Something came down from the ether. The aliens beamed some information into my brain, and I just put it down. Yeah, I just put it out there.
like what?
Huh? What?
Nah, that's freaking retarded, man. Oh no, I used the R word. Here's the other thing too. So, why is it that the 8 is all white? Everything else is black. Interesting.
Gabbard's the director of national intelligence. Are you buying that the former FBI director?
She literally looks like a superhero. She's got that white streak in her hair. Who does that remind me of? It reminds me of Rogue. I think it was Rogue, right? Yeah. I believe it was Rogue. X-Men Rogue. Yeah, I believe that was it. Yes! That's it exactly. Right here. Yep. Yeah, this is probably the best picture. Damn. Yep. Basically Rogue. Okay. What the hell is this crap? This was cooler. She did a good job playing that character. Very iconic. Maybe it's because it was a childhood thing. I don't know.
Didn't know what 86 Trump meant?
Absolutely not, Jesse. That is a ridiculous and insane statement to make, certainly within this context, but especially coming from a guy who's the former director of the FBI, a guy who spent most of his career prosecuting mobsters and gangsters, people who know and execute other humans and use this exact lingo of 86. Comey himself admitted in his follow-on message that he knew that this was a political statement. Well, the only reason he knew that, Jesse, was because a little over a month ago, a bunch of anti-Trump, anti-Elon Musk protesters were proliferating the use of this 8647 slogan, which was a veiled call to action to murder the sitting president of the United States. So for Comey to think that we, the American people...
Controversial take. Dickweed. What a douchebag. That's what I think. I think he's a freaking douchebag. Like, the hell?
Are so stupid as to think that he, as a former FBI director, former prosecutor, and someone who clearly pays attention to what's going on, would believe his lie that he didn't know what this actually was calling for. The dangerousness of this, Jesse, cannot be underestimated. When we have 2 assassination attempts on the president's life, when we have people who look to guys like Comey, who've been celebrated by MSNBC and the Democrat elite and CNN as the beacon of integrity, the law and order guy, the guy who would tell the truth no matter what the consequences. This is the guy who's issuing a hit on President Trump, the president that the American people voted for. So it's guys like Comey and others who call the president the modern day Nazi. People.
Oh my God, that's crazy. You know, at the very least, they're being more public about it, right? They're being more public about it because before it was just some random kid that everything got scrubbed and the parents didn't even know about him. Like, yeah, no. But usually the way that this works with these types of attempts is it just happens. At least now they're being public, like, I call for this.
People who are in great positions of influence who are saying that President Trump poses an existential threat to our country. These are...
Hey, I got an idea. It was a political statement, not a death threat. Here's the reason why. Because it was the year 1986. I have no idea what Trump did back then in 1986. Maybe some internet sleuth can go find it, but I don't know. There you go, Comey. I said it for you. You know, you think he would have said something specific. He would have been specific. Instead of being like, I have no idea what 86 means. No, he would have been like, no, I meant 1986. Go look at what Trump did back then. Like, yeah. It's just weird, man. It's just weird. Weird. My best impression of Rachel Ziegler. Weird.
people who hate democracy and hate the American people because they cannot stand that the people overwhelmingly chose to elect Donald Trump and send him back to the White House. So they are seeking other means to get their way and to try to remove him from that position.
How serious is the administration taking this, and what are the next steps going to be?
We're taking this very seriously. As you mentioned, the Department of Homeland Security, and specifically Sean Curran, the current Secret Service director, a man who has been willing to lay down his life as the lead of President Trump's Secret Service detail for years now. He takes this seriously and is leading the investigation into this threat. There has to be accountability for this. There was a Rutgers study that just came out a little over a month ago, Jesse, that asked respondents their view on these calls to assassinate President Trump. And over 55% of respondents felt that murdering President Trump would be, quote unquote, somewhat justified. This is the effect of people like James Comey doing this kind of stuff.
Oh, man. That's a Trump derangement syndrome right there. That's insane. Why? Why do you justify murdering someone? Like, that doesn't make sense to me. Oh, he's taking away my free money. It's like, go work, you assholes. That's rough.
This study also points.
You know, I get the feeling that ever since the assassination attempt, Trump basically has made peace with the fact that his life is over, and this presidency is the end for him, of his life, literally. I think because he's acting like a man with a purpose, and I think he understands and he knows that what he needs to do is he needs to sacrifice himself, basically, to clean up the corruption. And the only way you can clean up the corruption is by putting yourself literally in the line of fire. And I'm pretty sure that's the main message to, like, the main secret message to basically the world at this point. Everyone he's making friends with, all of his cabinet and everything, it's like, I'm going to go out there and I'm going to fix the world, and we're going to have the most peaceful and amazing, resource-rich times ever. The golden era of America and the golden era of kind of the world. And I'm going to go out there, and I don't care what type of corruption is out there, we're going to stop it. And we're going to make this happen. And I will put my head on the chopping block and able to do it. And I truly think that Trump does not believe he's going to live very much longer. To the end of the presidency, I don't even see that. And it's scary. It's scary to think about. But the way that he's moving. He's moving like a man who knows that he's only got like a year or two left to live. And so his life is basically free. Like just a free kill shot, right? You know, he's already dead, basically. He's accepted that he's already dead. And so now he's trying to get as much done as possible in that short amount of time that he has until he's going to die. I don't know. That's what I'm seeing. It's a lot. Trump has done more in the last 100 days than freaking, well, for sure Biden has done in the last 4 years, but it's insane. Like it's hard to understand that he's truly only been in office for, like, what is it, 4 or 5 months now, and he's gotten so much done already. Like, all the things that he's gotten done so far, this would be like an entire presidency. And he just continues to do more. It's just it's absolutely insane. I don't know, I don't want to see an assassination. That's what I don't want to see. I'm hoping that, you know, he completes his term and then passes it on to somebody else, and then he just dies peacefully. But it doesn't seem like it's becoming that, you know?
Pointed out that there is a quote-unquote assassination culture that is starting to take over the views of what they call the extreme left. We, the American people, cannot take this lightly. Whatever your politics, we cannot allow people to get by without being held accountable for this kind of public call to assassinate the President of the United States.
Do you believe that Comey is goading you guys to come after him because he wants to be a political martyr? He wants to be set up so he can say, oh, look, we were right. Donald Trump is a dictator. They're coming after me. They're arresting me. They're interrogating me. I was just using my free...
Oh, it doesn't even matter. At this point, you publicly, like, it seriously doesn't matter at that point. You publicly put out some kind of kill shot, assassination attempt, as a very, as a person in a very high role. That's not something that you can just blatantly do that and be like, oh, they're coming after me, what a dictatorship. It's like, no, that's not a dictatorship. No, that's legitimately an issue, okay? You can't have the former FBI director saying, I want to kill somebody. You can't do that. That's just, you just can't. Like, this is a different issue. I don't even know what the hell, like, no, this is, I mean, okay, fine. they got the Maryland man, the Maryland father, the most amazing guy who beats his wife with a shoe, and then is also illegally in the country and gets deported down to El Salvador. You got them defending him. You got them defending freaking literally murderers, rapists, and all those, right? So I don't see. I can't. I don't know. I just can't see them. Not defending this guy's like, oh, you put out an assassination attempt or call. Like they'll be like, no, it was just innocent. It was just innocent. Like, these people are crazy. There's no common sense with them. They're legitimately crazy.
Speech.
Whatever his intent, I will tell you that there is a guy in Georgia who is issuing threats on my life about a month ago, and he's in jail today. He has been indicted with a crime, as he should have been, and he is in jail as we speak. So whatever James Comey intent, he and people like him need to be held to account.
Go get him, girl.
According to the law, which is something that he claims to have given his life for and stands by the rule of law. Fantastic. The rule of law says people like him who issue direct threats against the President of the United States, essentially issuing a call to assassinate him, must be held accountable under the law.
Do you believe Comey should be in jail?
I do. Any other person with a position of influence that
well, okay, there we are. There we have it.
People who take very seriously what a guy of his stature, his experience, and what the propaganda media has built him up to be. I'm very concerned for the president's life. We've already seen assassination attempts. I'm very concerned for his life. And James Comey, in my view, should be held accountable and put behind bars for this.
Director Gabbard, thank you so much.
Yeah. I mean, come on, think about it. That's exactly what I was talking about. Like, if you're a nobody on the internet like me, then saying something is like, okay, well, who the hell is this person? Don't even care. But when you're in a position where people look at you and go, hey, that's the FBI director, former FBI director, but he's still the FBI director, and you say, you need to go murder somebody, like something stupid like that, it's a different meaning, especially someone in his former position too, where it's like, you have all the resources to be able to go do something, right? Or CIA director, my bad. Don't murder me in the comments. Which, speaking of, you should probably subscribble right now because you can get more craziness out of me, as well as murder me in the comments. Hey, I deserve it, right? But yeah, no, the way that you can't be in a position like that. You can't be in a position like that and then do something as stupid as that. It's almost like online trolling, but you're online trolling as somebody who's known for being a very serious person, and things that you say people should take seriously, not as a joke. You're not a comedian. You're not even like a provocateur, right? You're not one of those people. And so when they say something like that, that's provocative, like it's a big issue. You can't just go, one day I decided I'm gonna wake up and say, go murder somebody. Even though I was president of the United States for 2 terms and I was also director of the CIA and FBI at the same time, right? Like, you can't do that, It's, if it was a joke, it was probably the most misplaced joke literally of all time. I don't think it was a joke.